So pretty much since the 2022 season, I've made this type of video every year. The Charlotte Hornets are one of the worst teams in the NBA, and my job is to make them exciting again because the potential is there. They have one of the most popular players in the NBA in LaMelo Ball, one of the more exciting young guys from that 23 draft class of Brandon Miller. This team can be special very soon, but they need to do this rebuild right still. And what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I'm excited for this rebuild because I have something fun in mind that I'm going to do that's been a topic point of the NBA over the last few weeks. Hopefully that doesn't happen by the time this video comes out, so it would be a little bit outdated, but it's going to be a fun idea nonetheless, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, the Charlotte Hornets have pretty much been rebuilding since like that one playoff appearance in, what was it, like 2016. They did make the play-in tournament in that 2022 season. That's when LaMelo Ball was healthy. I believe it was an all-star that year, and then he's just been hurt every year since, but it looks like they hit on the Brandon Miller pick. Miles Bridges, I think, can become a trade piece for this team, and I think that's what they should do. Take on bad contracts, try to get some more draft capital, and hopefully by the time LaMelo's 26, Brandon Miller's 25, you're going to be a team that can actually compete in the Eastern Conference, kind of like not the Boston Celtics, but a version of that, as they're going to get more and more experience together, and you can build around this team, because I like what they have in Mark Williams. I like Trey Mann. I like Nick Richards, but he could be a good trade piece. They have some other good veterans that they could move as well. They drafted Tijon Salon to be a major project. So the first trade I'm going to do, I have to put trade override on, because it's going to be a 3-team trade, and it's something that's been in talks as of late, as we're going to try to get Jimmy Butler to the Phoenix Suns. That's the team he wants to play for, and the only way they can get this deal done is if Bradley Beal is in this trade, who has a no trade clause. I may even have to turn this off. So we're going to say that Bradley Beal hates it that much in Phoenix, and he would waive his no trade clause to Charlotte. We are willing to take on arguably the worst contract in the NBA, but we are definitely going to be financially compensated for it. So, well, Jimmy has the suspension, so we'll do that in a little bit. All right, so we are doing this trade. Yeah, it's going to be a massive 3-team blockbuster. I will say one thing though, I've gotten Ryan Dunn a little bit as of late, and I'm going to reroute him in a different trade. I just can't do 4-team trades. So basically, we're getting Bradley Beal out of Phoenix. Now, they may decline this because Beal doesn't waive his no trade clause, and I got to go into his player profile. But we're going to say for this scenario, for fun video purposes, he's going to waive his no trade clause. I can only get one first-round pick from Phoenix right now. Like, I'm working with 2 teams that have no draft capital. So I'm getting a 2028 first. We're going to act like Ryan Dunn is a first-round pick, but I'm going to flip him in a trade, maybe for a different young guy. We'll see. Oso Ighodaro, we're getting in this trade as well. We're getting a first-round pick from the Miami Heat to help orchestrate this deal as well. And Jimmy Butler is getting his wish and is going to the Phoenix Suns. We're sending Miles Bridges, so a good player going back to the Miami Heat. We also going to send Josh Green out to make the money work. We're actually going to send him to Miami, so they're getting a better end of this as well. So they're trading away Jimmy Butler and a first-round pick. Jimmy, who's going to leave anyway at the end of the year. We're sending them Miles Bridges and Josh Green. We're sending Micic and Taj Gibson over to Phoenix as well. So Phoenix is basically gutting their young core, and the only first-round pick they can trade to get Bradley Beal off the roster, and that's basically what it would take. Yeah, we're going to have Bradley Beal on our team. We're getting one of the worst contracts in the league, but we're entering into a rebuild. There's no point in having Miles Bridges on this team right now. This may not even work. Okay, I could force him to make this trade go through. We got to do like 9 different things here. Boom, there we go. I made a 3-team blockbuster. Sound off what you think about that trade down below. So now we have just inherited the worst contract in the NBA in Bradley Beal. Yeah, him and LaMelo Ball could be a fun backcourt. Bradley Beal comes back to the Southeast Division. Brandon Miller, I'm going to move to the small forward position where he goes up to an 85 overall. He's going to be the small forward for the rest of the year. I would have loved to move Grant Williams in that trade instead of Josh Green, but with that injury, it was basically impossible to do. And we also got a flyer on Oso Ighodaro, so I'm going to flip Ryan Dunn just because I've gotten him a lot as of late, and I do think I could trade him for an intriguing piece. And the trade I like the most here is going to be in division. I think the Atlanta Hawks could want to get somebody like Ryan Dunn to fit their mold even better. Get wing defenders around Trae Young. They have Daniels, they have Reece Shea, they have Jalen Johnson. We're going to send them Ryan Dunn for the Lakers' first-round pick this year, unprotected. So we're going to get a little bit younger. I want more draft picks, and we're getting Cody Zeller to help facilitate this trade. Hate that he's making money over the next couple of years, but, you know, not like we're signing guys in free agency anyway. I think we could see the market for Nick Richards as well, just because this is a seller's market and he's 27 years old. We have Mark Williams right now, so I think that's another trade I can make. And I would like to see if I can get a first-round pick from OKC for Nick Richards. They have some center issues. We're going to play with injuries on. I think could make this a little bit more exciting. Could I get the Heat's lottery-protected first-round pick this year for Nick Richards? They do have to trade away Kenrich Williams, which I don't know if they'd want. I would be intrigued about Ousmane Dieng on this team, but I don't think... yeah, he's like 2.5 stars. I mean, I don't think they're going to accept this trade. I would be intrigued about throwing like Cody Martin in this trade, but I think Kenrich Williams, unless they have cap space, which I don't think they do. I mean, if they do, could we throw in Patty Mills? They do not. Okay. So we'll do Kenrich Williams and the Heat first. Maybe they don't do this. Maybe I got to take like a lower tier first, but I think just getting anything would be nice down the line. I'll see if they counter it with anything worth, no. Okay, I'm not giving up Ighodaro and a first. So we'll take away that Miami Heat first. I mean, I don't know if any of these picks would have. Oh, that Sixers pick has some good value. What about this one? All right, what about this swap between OKC and the Clippers in case the Clippers fall out? They're going to say no, but I think we can maybe work in some second rounders to get this done unless they come out with like an Oso Ighodaro. I mean, I don't mind moving Oso in this trade because like he's fine. I don't really want to give up my second round pick, but I will give up the Pelicans second. I will give up Philly second. Would that get it done? I'll throw 3 seconds in, but we'll see what they counter offer here. Perfect. They want Cody Zeller for Patty Mills. That actually helps me out a ton. So we just acquired another first round pick. So we basically just acquired 4 new first round picks at this deadline. We just got that first round pick for Nick Richards, which hopefully is going to be in like the late teens. We do own like one of our lottery picks going out in the future to the Spurs. I'll make sure that we get the right end of that. We did get this Heat. Or no, we have that from the Rozier trade. We ended up, that is from the PJ Washington trade. Yeah, we got the Suns pick. We got the Heat pick from the Jimmy Butler, Bradley Beal 3-team swap. And then we also got that Lakers pick from the Ryan Dunn trade. And I'm going to make this trade with the Sacramento Kings. They must have a trade exception to be able to pull this off. But I'm going to send them Cody Martin, who actually I think could be a good playoff player, like coming off the bench. Someone that can crash the glass, can score in a pinch, kind of like his brother Caleb. I tried getting him to Philly. I don't know, though. That would probably cost, like, we could try to work that out. It would probably have to be KJ Martin in this trade. But I don't want like the second year KJ, but I think, yeah, I'm just going to take Jordan McLaughlin and can I get 2 second round picks in this deal? Actually, instead, can I give you, instead of taking on this second, can I just get this flat out Portland second this year? I got to throw in those. You know what? That's fine with me because that second's going to be top 35 because Portland is pretty bad. So I really like what we did this year. I think for Kenrich, I thought about moving, but I think I'm going to carry him into the offseason. Some team could value that contract and defense when we get there. So let's see the updated rotation. And I could finally get Nick Smith Jr. some minutes, some guy I was super high on in that 2023 draft. So I think he can get like 17 minutes a night. I'm actually going to drop Ighodaro to about 16 minutes a night. T.J. Salon can get about 15. We're going to go 28 off the bench, maybe 27 off the bench to Terrence or Trey Mann, sorry. We got Ball, Beal, Miller all playing a ton. Let's go 32 to Mark Williams. We got that Williams front court. I'm excited about this team going forward. We're going to be bad to end the year. I like Charles Lee as a head coach. I know Hornets fans may feel indifferent about him, but I like what we're doing. I do plan on re-signing Trey Mann in the offseason. I think he's been one of the bright spots, like one of the lone bright spots for the Hornets team this year. I can actually work out an extension right now. Beautiful. Let's do 4 years, $60 million. Team option on the last year. Let's make sure Trey Mann, the former Florida Gator, gets paid. All right, so we finished the year and Nikola Jokic beats out, I guess, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for that MVP award. Shout out to Yves Missi getting Rookie of the Year. Naz Reid, 6-man. Wemby Depoy. Most improved goes to Walker Kessler. Kenny Atkinson takes home Coach of the Year. I'm recording this day of the Thunder playing the Cavs. I am insanely excited for that game tonight. It's going to be a good one. Shout out to the Thunder schedules of late, like beating the Knicks, beating the Celtics. We'll see. Obviously, at the time you guys see this video, that game already happened if they ended up beating the Cavs. So now the Cavs continued their dominant stretch this year. Shout out to LaMelo Ball. Even on a terrible team, he ends up making All-NBA third team. Sky's the limit if he hits his potential because of how good he could be on both ends of the floor. And just in that offense where he doesn't have to take 30 shots a game and be like the only guy that can create their own shot. And he's also one of the most popular players in the NBA. We've seen that from his all-star voting ballot. And then also his brother just came out with a new song. Everybody's talking about, like, all eyes can be on the Charlotte Hornets, who I don't know if they need a rebrand, but I think could use just like a different vibe over there in Charlotte. And I'm really excited to see what this team is going to look like next year when hopefully we can maybe win the lottery. We have some other first round picks as well. And just really going forward with LaMelo and Miller. We're stuck with Beal. I don't think he's turning his trade value around, so we're stuck with him for the next 2 years, but that's fine. We're not a big free agency market. The biggest free agency signing they've signed in almost my lifetime. Like, they signed Gordon Hayward, yes. I guess I was going to say Terry Rozier was one of the biggest, but yeah, Nick Batum, they obviously signed some bad contracts out there. We are rooting for the Kings, so that Lakers pick can be a lotto pick. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Cody Martin and the Sacramento Kings. So us trading them Cody Martin, who ended up having 9 and 7 in this game, indirectly got us a lottery pick. Or directly got us a lottery pick, you could say, because the Lakers ended up not even making the playoffs. That is massive for the Charlotte Hornets. And also, just one thing here, I wanted to show you guys our final record. Does 2K like the Hornets? 35 wins? Really? This team ain't winning 35 games in real life, I will tell you that. So that hurt our draft stock a little bit. So unless we get insanely lucky during the lottery, we might not get one of the top guys, but we should still hopefully get a top 10 pick. Luka Doncic takes home Western Conference Finals MVP, and Brunson, who dropped 38 and 8, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and the Mavericks ended up winning in 6. So shout out to the Atlanta Hawks with Ryan Dunn even though he wasn't much of an offensive talent. But hey, helped him out defensively. They ended up making it to the conference finals. They got swept. Phoenix was a playing tournament team with Jimmy Butler. They were the 8th seed. They ended up losing to OKC in round 1 in 6 games. Jimmy Butler. Oh, wait. Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler got hurt. Oh, that is brutal, man. So Jimmy missed last year's round number 1. This year, it looks like it was the same thing. What happened to Jimmy? They got nobody on their injury history right now, but it looks like they didn't play game 6, which is brutal. And there goes LeBron. He ends up retiring. We're not going to see him with Bryce eventually. There goes LeBron to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Bryce James just recently committed to Arizona. Sure, we can approve that, but we have a real 2025 draft class on. So we have 14 via the Lakers. We have, oh my God, the Clippers pick. When we traded that with OKC, they were a playoff team. They fell out. And we get the swap. That is for Nick Richards. What a trade that could be for us. And our pick is projected there at 8. We're going to keep it with the protections. Let's see if we get lucky. Damn, we got no picks in the top 5. We are going to have 9, 10, and 14, which honestly, we need some quantity over. I mean, like, obviously, I'd prefer quality, but we need some quantity as well here in Charlotte because we need depth going forward. So we got 3 first-round picks, all in the back half of the lottery. I'm fine with that. I wish our pick was a little bit higher just because I don't think this was a great year. 2K might like the Hornets a little bit more, which honestly, I think that means I'm going to throw the simulator difficulty as I wasn't even using the right sliders. I'm going to throw it up to like 60 just because I feel like 2K really likes the Charlotte Hornets. And obviously that's because of LaMelo Ball. So here we are, the night of the NBA draft. Let's take a look at the mocks. Oh, the Heat ended up with the number 1 overall pick. Oh my God. Wait, yeah, I didn't even acknowledge that. So them, you know what? I think we helped them out in that trade because without trading Jimmy Butler, maybe for Miles Bridges, who I don't know if he turned into a tank commander, they go 32-50. They realize they're not winning at all, and they end up getting the number 1 overall pick. All right, so they're going to get Cooper Flag. You're welcome, because if their pick wasn't in the lottery, it was going to go to the OKC Thunder. So let's go back here to the mocks. And at 9, VJ Edgecombe, I would love that athleticism in between Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. We need to improve the defense, and Edgecombe could help. Will Riley, I think he's actually going to be, I mean, he could be somebody that goes into the 26th draft. That's a little high for me. Kasperi Yakuchonis, fun player. Like, I love him as a prospect. Charlotte's a weird fit. And then at 14, Hugo Gonzalez, probably not. I think I'm going to target some defense and some shooting. I'm not going to get a top guy in this draft, at least where we're picking. So I'm looking for somebody that can obviously help us out long-term as a complimentary piece. So Cooper Flag goes number 1 to the Miami Heat. I believe it was my Wolves rebuild. Dylan Harper fell a ton. I wonder if that happens here. Ace Bailey goes number 2 to New Orleans. Dylan Harper ends up going number 3 to Detroit. That would make Jaden Ivey on the block. I mean, I could be intrigued about trading for Jaden Ivey, but I don't really know if that fits our time. Well, no, he fits our timeline. Just don't really know if he fits our offense all that well. Because, I mean, he could be a better defender, worse defender. Oh, I just got offered pick, 5? And Lowry Markkanen for LaMelo Ball. Yeah, we're not trading LaMelo. Damn, they take VJ Edgecombe. That was the guy I was targeting. There goes Portland. They are trading 6 and Jeremy Grant for... It happens every draft. 2K. Chill with that. There goes Igor Demon. There goes Kasperi Yakuchonis. And the Bulls ahead of us are going to select Trey Johnson. Damn. I would have liked Trey. All right. So we're on the clock here at number 9. A lot of the guys I wanted are off the board. I think last year with this team going a little bit more project in Salon, I don't mind getting a project player here, but we already have one project that we're dealing with. But yeah, we're going to get a lot younger in this draft, which I'm just excited about. So Jeremiah Fears, love him as a prospect. Him and Boogie Fland, they're just sitting behind LaMelo Ball. They're not undersized guards, but guys that I don't think are good enough defensively to be starting shooting guards. And I don't really know about that. I like the idea of Noah Essengay, who's playing well with Ben Seraph over in Germany. Off-ball player, kind of a project guy like Tijan Salon, so that's a possibility. I like Ian Jackson's scoring potential and his defensive upside, so that's a guy I'm looking at as well. Probably not going to go Nolan Traore. Probably not going to go Derek Queen because we do have Mark Williams, but I like him. Drake Powell, Dink Pate, all are interesting guys for sure. LeBaron Philon, probably not. Conroy Boyles definitely helps us out defensively. I think at 14, that could be a guy we definitely go after. So I think here, we're going to go a little bit of a higher upside guy in Noah Essengay. Yeah, we got kind of that power forward spot open. I don't think Kenrich Williams is going to be here long term. It's going to be him and Salon splitting those minutes. Back-to-back picks. I like the idea of going shooting now. So I think Ian Jackson could be that guy. He's been balling out for UNC as of late, and I didn't even mention it. I mean, it would have been cool if Jordan was still the owner, but we got the UNC to Charlotte connection. Let's get that going. Now I'm just hoping Colin Murray Boyles makes it to 14 because I hit some scoring upside. I hit some defense upside. Let's go for some good defense right now. And I know Lee McNeely's a good shooter, but I am going to go with Colin Murray Boyles because of what he can provide defensively for us because our defense is abysmal. I feel like Charles Lee would like him. And then also we have some early second round picks. Ben Seraph made it to the second round. You know what? I'm taking him. I think he's somebody that could be a lottery pick. Him and Noah Essengate got some chemistry playing for Rasho Farm right now, which is now partially owned by Isaiah Harnstein, which is kind of a cool wrinkle. I don't know if that's like a weird trivia thing to know, but that's cool. So we got them on the same team. We pick a couple picks later. Some guys like I still like on the board. Adema Ball from Santa Clara. Bow Ball. Cam Jones. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Jaleel Bethea. Aaron Bradshaw, Jalen Stewart. Like, Bethea's a little bit of a project. Cam Jones, let's get a grown-up in the room, for sure. 6'5" out of Marquette. He's a first-round talent. And, yeah, I just drafted 5 guys. Hopefully, this 2025 draft class can be the start of something new for Charlotte around these guys. One of these guys has to pan out, right? So we are going to pick up the team options on Brandon Miller, Mark Williams, and Nick Smith Jr. Maybe he's getting a little upset here, but Jordan McLaughlin and DJ Jeffries or Daquan Jeffries, sorry, we're going to end up letting go. Harden, Collins, Kyrie. Yeah, we're not signing anybody. I'm not going to give Isaiah Wong the qualifying offer. I like Musa Diabaté, though. I think he's a really good rebounder, and he would be a steal for any team. I'd like to bring him back. KJ Simpson, yeah, why not? Stand out of that 2024 draft combine. So I'm not going to, I think the only guy I'm going to bring back is Musa Diabaté, but he doesn't really want to come back. We're going to renounce the rights on these 4. We could look to get another veteran in the room, but you know what? I'm going to bring him back on a 3-year deal with the team option on the last year. We could use some center depth. He's easily going to take that. I think he actually could get more money on the open market. We'll see. So we got LaMelo Ball, Trey Mann, we re-signed. We got Ben Seraph, Ian Jackson, Nick Smith Jr., Cam Jones. I'm going to move Bradley Beal back to the shooting guard position. I just feel like that's better suited for him. We do have Kenrich Williams. We have Noah Essengate. We have Salon. We have Murray Boyles. And we do have Grant Williams still on the roster. We have 3 centers with Iguodaro, Mark Williams, and Musa Diabaté. I mean, I could go after, like, some of these guys. I don't know if a small forward interests me a ton, like Vince Williams somehow is here in free agency. I think I'm kind of fine with what we are. I don't really expect to be great. Oh, and since our pick was a lottery pick, I actually get my first round pick from the Spurs next year. It turns into a swap 2026 second, I believe. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go after any one of these guys. Josh Giddey, as James Harden resigns with the Clippers. John Collins goes to the Nets. Dennis Schroeder to the Jazz. And we did get KJ Simpson back on the qualifying offer. Bradley Beal regresses. No surprise there. He's going to start for us at the beginning of the year, but probably after the deadline. I want to see some new names, new faces in the second half of the year. And before the season starts, just want to see if there's any contract extensions. We could not work out one with Brandon Miller yet, but Mark Williams we can. You know what? In today's modern NBA, I don't mind giving him that. Like, we're not a big free agency destination. I'd like to keep our homegrown guys. And when Mark Williams is healthy, he's a good center. He is. He just has to stay healthy. So I'm going to give him, I think, 4 years. I'll give him that 4th year, but instead of giving him 3 years flat rate, I'm going to go 4 years front rate, but maybe attach a team option by the end of the year. So we're going to give him potentially a lot more guaranteed money, and he at least secures himself, how much guaranteed money in his career? He's already made probably like $18 million or something like that. And he's going to get at least, at the minimum, about $57 million. That's pretty good money. Bradley Beal, yeah, he has a team option next year, but it's a player option. I don't know why 2K really did that this year, which is kind of annoying, but I will be picking that up. Grant Williams, Kenrich Williams. Yeah, we're not going to re-sign these guys right now. I actually do have to release 2 players before the season starts, which could get kind of interesting. Damn. After 1 year, I'm going to have to release KJ Simpson. I don't want to do it, but I think I have to. So KJ is gone. And then, honestly, the next guy might be Kenrich Williams. We'll see. Or if I could trade Grant. All right, so we're actually going to call up the Phoenix Suns. I'm giving them Grant Williams and a future second. Did they bring back Jimmy? Oh, no, he opted in. Okay, so we could see what they could do. We're getting Yusuf Nurkic in this trade. I do have to give up a second to get off of that 2nd year of Grant Williams to get 1 year of Nurkic, who I'm just going to release. All right, so this is what I'm rocking with to start off year number, I guess the full year on number 2 of this rebuild. We're still going to start Bradley Beal for now, but like I said, I mean, at one point, I think, like, he opts into his player option at the end of this year, and then we just cut him in the offseason, so we just open up more minutes. Or, I mean, he's a good veteran to have on this team if he wants to be a mentor and not play at all. But it's going to be LaMelo, Beal, Miller. We're going to start T. John Salon, Mark Williams at the 5, with Trey Mann, Noah Essengate, Ian Jackson, Colin Murray Boyles, and Musa Diabaté all getting minutes. If an injury does happen to, like, a center, Oso gets in. To a guard, I think Cam Jones gets in, or Nick Smith, and a wing, Seraph gets in. I think, like, Nick Smith, at this point, probably not going to be in our future plans. Maybe he's included at a trade at this year's deadline. And yeah, let's start off this year at home against Philadelphia. Nick Smith Jr. fully healthy, and we ended up winning 146-137. Like, we got LaMelo and Brandon Miller on our team. If they stay healthy, we could be a play-in tournament team this year for sure. What a game for these two. All right, so we're here at the deadline. We haven't been great this year. We're 17-33. Maybe that is because of the simulated difficulty, but we do have a negative 7-point differential here in the Eastern Conference. We've had a ton of injuries this year. Like, LaMelo Ball has missed some time. I guess just about 5 games, though. Mark Williams, he's averaging 15 and 10 this year. Brandon Miller is actually averaging more points per game than LaMelo Ball. LaMelo shooting 36% from three, 88% from the line. Bradley Beal, definitely regressing, but at least he's super efficient. Noah Essengay has missed some time this year, but he just turned 20 years old. Tidjane Salaam, the efficiency has gotten better in year number 2. Nick Smith has actually gotten into the lineup, showing me why he may have some value. I think I'm still going to look to trade him, because for what we have as like a 3-guard rotation, I don't view Trey Mann as a starter, but I view him as a good 6-man. We have LaMelo starting at the 1. We'll figure out who the starting 2 is going to be, but I think Nick Smith Jr., it's either him or Trey Mann, and I think we locked up Trey Mann on a good price, so I may look to trade Nick Smith Jr. as he got some good trade value back up this year. A lot of guys, I think like Ben Seraph has given us 9 good games, Ian Jackson 12 good games, Colin Murray-Boyles 13 good games, Musa Diabetes a good backup 5. So I think the one move I may make at the deadline is trading away. I mean, we'll see if anybody wants Kenrich, but it's like a him and Nick Smith package. I think I could maybe get a first for the way Nick Smith Jr. is shooting, and he's just 21 years old. All right, so I have no idea if he will waive his no trade clause he has, but could I get Amani Bates, former like top high school recruit, and a 2030 first from the Cavs for Nick Smith Jr.? Nope, not yet, because Amani Bates won't waive his no trade clause. Could I throw in my Cannon Catchings? They're going to be off by what? 1.28 mil. So I think like Bates, Tristan Thompson has a no trade clause. Wow, this actually, I'm not going to be able to do it with this team. That's frustrating. All right, I think this one will work, and they actually have some other first. So I know I'm getting my first round pick back from the Spurs, but maybe we can get a first round pick in these upcoming drafts. Like, could I get Atlanta's 2027 first and Tyron Grant Foster from Grand Canyon, who was the 37th overall pick for Nick Smith Jr.? They're going to say no. Do you have, like, I don't mind throwing in, like, a Kenrich Williams. I don't know if they have the cap for that. They do not. Or they actually might. Not taking on Wemby. Could I take on Riley Minix? All right, what about this trade? Kenrich Williams and Nick Smith Jr., they get some shooting and defense for Foster, Minix, who are not playing, and a first. They're going to say no. What about if I throw in a couple seconds? One gets it done. All right, there we go. All right, so for now, this is going to be the 4 or 5-man bench. Mann, Beal, Seraph, Diabetes, and Colin Murray-Boyles, with the starting 5 being LaMelo, Ian Jackson at the 2, Brandon Miller, Tidjane Salaam, and Mark Williams. We accumulated some more draft capital at this year's deadline. Doesn't look like we're going to make the play-in tournament this year, which is fine. I only own my first round pick in this draft, but next year we will own 4 first round picks. So maybe when we find out the draft order, I could look to try to trade next year's first for some first this year, if we wanted to add multiple prospects throughout this draft. So Luka Doncic wins MVP. Cooper Flagg, your rookie of the year. Dylan Harper, 6th man of the year, so the top 3 picks are getting some awards after year 1. Shout out to Scoot Henderson winning most improved. I don't know if we're going to get a LaMelo Ball. We do, actually, even though we were bad once again. He ends up on All-NBA 3rd team. Scoring got down about 2.5 points, or around 3 points, but his assists did go up to 8.5. An elite 3-point shooter. True shooting went up to 61%. I feel like next year should be the year this rebuild is over and we can actually be competing for playoff spots. Maybe we get lucky in this lottery, which would be nice. We get Noah Essengay on all rookie 2nd team. Hopefully we see maybe a 3-point shooting jump. It's a shame that we had all these rookies and we only got 1 and it was on 2nd team on those awards. Unless we snuck into a play-in tournament spot, in which we did not. We ended this year with a 29-53 record. We were actually worse this year than we were last year. Obviously the Bill contract hamstrings us a little bit. I don't know, like, if this idea, like, I don't hate it for this team. I think, like, maybe a team like Utah or Washington, funny enough, are in more of a rebuild, and I think have a longer window until they can make the playoffs again, I think, with the core they got, because I expect the Jazz to move Markkanen in the offseason. They would make a little bit more sense for Beal, because, like, for the Hornets, they're paying LaMelo, but they're not paying Brandon Miller yet, so maybe they can actually do a little bit financially. I know they're not a big free agency market, but they can make some type of financially risky move to go out and get another name next to LaMelo and Miller before they got to pay Miller. But Beal kind of restricts that a little bit, because he obviously takes up like a quarter of your cap space for somebody that is not worth a quarter of your cap space and has a no trade clause. But I'm excited about what next year can be. I don't know if I'm going to cut Beal, but that was probably his last year here. We could, like, he's going to opt in, aka me picking up the team option. Like that, like, it's an expiring deal. So if we wanted to make a big trade in the offseason, definitely possible, but it would have to make sense. Evan Mobley and Luka Doncic are your conference finals MVPs, and the Mavericks go back-to-back. They just made it to their 3rd straight NBA finals. So the Suns were the 17, and I believe they lost in round 1, and then Jimmy Butler retires. Yeah, probably a good trade for the Miami Heat, because they were bad enough to get Cooper Flagg out of it. Lamar Skeeter, our top assistant, retires. Paul George retires, does not even finish out that massive deal with the Sixers. And here we are at the draft lottery. Could we get some luck this year? We had the 3rd highest odds at getting the number 1 pick, and we stay at 3. What are the odds of that? That's crazy. Pelicans get 1 from the Drew Holiday trade and 2 via Houston. I'm not sure how they got that pick, but that is crazy. Houston was that bad this year. So we have the 3rd pick in this draft. There's a guy that I really like in this draft at 3. So we're guaranteed Boozer, Dabansa, or Darren Peterson. I think Darren Peterson would be a fun fit here. And we'll see if he ends up falling to us at 3, or is there a shocker with the top 2 picks. So I don't think I'm going to make any trades here on draft night. I don't. We got a young core. I kind of want to ride it out. Pelicans take Dabansa number 1. That is insane. Oh my God, you take Peterson. Okay. All right. I kind of wanted Peterson. He was somebody new. I do get Cam Boozer quite a ton, but we did end up winning the lottery. I mean, do I just draft Boozer? I might as well. He could obviously headline a trade if we wanted to make a big move down the line, but I got to add Cameron Boozer to this team. It's a no-brainer. And then we did take some center depth there in the second round. We got Keith King, who I believe is a real player. Somebody can fact check me. So this is a player option. Beal opted into it. Picking up the team options on all these guys. Actually, not Tyron Grant Foster. I got a first for Nick Smith. Foster, I don't really think is ever going to crack the rotation here. He's 19, but 3.7 mil. I think we're going to go in a different direction. Riley Minix, we're going to let hit free agency. So do we have any other free agents of our own? Nothing too important, I believe. Yeah, we're going to renounce the rights on these guys. We can see who makes it at a moratorium. Anybody big switch teams? KD resigns with the Suns. No, everybody kind of stayed. I guess the Sixers signed Benedict Mathurin. That's a notable shakeup. So we don't even have cap space, so there's really nobody to go after. I think it's cool to get Lonzo Ball because he's the brother of LaMelo Ball. I don't know if he even cracks the rotation, but I want vibes here. I do. I think I've gotten Lonzo and LaMelo in the past. I feel like I always get that. But yeah, we're going to sign Lonzo Ball. We're going to keep our star player, LaMelo Ball, happy. And I think you do that by signing his brother. So going into next year's season, we have plenty of power forwards, ton of power forward depth. We got plenty of centers. We're going to have to, I think, cut some guys before the season starts. Taking a look here at play progression, we have a 91, a 90, a couple 80s, bunch of 80s actually. Bradley Beal does regress. I think I'm going to cut him. All right, so Brandon Miller wants to test free agency next year. Duly noted. And I do need to release one guy before the season starts. Actually, I don't want him to ride the bench. I'd rather him sign with maybe a contender. We'll see. I'm going to release Bradley Beal to free agency. Yeah, that's the one guy I'm going to cut. Guess it makes my life easier. Steph Curry's going to retire at the end of the year. Who starts for us at the 2? I think we have a bunch of options. That's where Darren Peterson would have started. We got to start Cameron Boozer. Obviously, he's got a lot more pedigree than like a Tijan Salon or a Noah Essengay. So I think Lonzo's only going to get like 10 minutes a night. I think we can go like 17 to Essengay. Let's go 19 to Tijan Salon. About 27 to Trey Mann. 30 to Mark. 30 to Boozer. 36 to Miller. And 36 to LaMelo. We'll give Ben Seraph the start. He's going to get like 20 minutes a night. And that leaves me like 15 minutes. I got to play a backup center. I mean, I don't even know if I want to play Lonzo, honestly. Like, I'm cool with Lonzo just being on this team and just being an energy guy. Because I'd rather play like Musa Dibady as the backup 5, which I kind of need to do. He gets 15 minutes a night. And then I either play Ian Jackson or Cam Jones. I kind of want to see what Cam Jones can do. So I'm going to play him 10 minutes a night. Obviously, we have a ton of talent on this team. I think we can make the playing tournament this year. All right, we're here at the deadline. We are 33-18, and we're the 2 seed here in the Eastern Conference. This team performing well this year. We've been kind of lucky with injuries. No major injuries. The Detroit Pistons with Dylan Harper, though, are the best team. Oh, yeah. For some reason, they just need De'Aaron Fox on their team to come off the bench. But we have the 3rd best point differential. The Magic have slightly better one than us, but offensively, we are number 2 in the East. Defensively, our defense is pretty bad. We could definitely work on the defense. Here we are as the league leaders for the team, or team leaders. Brandon Miller, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Unreal efficiency, 67% true shooting. Good lord. LaMelo's averaging 23 and almost 9 assists this year. 39% from 3. There's Trey Mann. Best year yet of his career. He's turning into a bucket. We got Mark Williams averaging 15 and 10. 67% from the field. Cameron Boozer's giving me good rookie numbers. And then Tijan Salon is hitting 36% of his threes. Noah Essengay, numbers are all right. I think the defense is still there, though. Ben Seraph could get replaced by Cam Jones for the starting shooting guard, honestly. I don't know if I'm going to get somebody else in there. We've been very lucky with injuries this year. I think, honestly, let's get Cam Jones in there. Let's go, like, 10 minutes to Seraph. Let's go about 15 to Essengay. Let's do 22 minutes to Marquette legend Cam Jones. We can't really re-sign anybody right now. I think I want to see if we can make the playoffs. We're going to have a little bit more cap flexibility in the offseason. The window, Brandon Miller is going to be a free agent, and Bradley Beal's contract will be off our books. And Wemby wins MVP. AJ Dabansa Rookie of the Year. Ingram 6th Man of the Year. Yeah, they have a ton of wings over there. I wonder if we could get in the market to trading for one, but I don't know if one of those really gives us a ceiling raiser. Yeah, I don't know if Noah Essengay is going to be a bust on this team. Maybe, just seeing what Edgecombe is doing, winning most improved. What if he was on our team? Do we get 2 guys on All-NBA teams? Like LaMelo on All-NBA second team? Oh, yeah. 50% from the field, first time in his career, and then 38% from 3, second highest of his career outside of 2022. Like to see that. No Brandon Miller on All-NBA third team. Damn. Anthony Edwards tore his ACL. Here's all defensive first team, all defensive second team, all rookie first team, all rookie second team. We ended the year as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets, finally making it to the playoffs for the first time in like a decade, pretty much over a decade now. I'm really excited to see what this team could do in the playoffs. Cam Jones, 44% from 3 this year. Oh yeah, I'm excited about him in the playoffs. So that is definitely going to be the starting 5. We have Man. I don't think I'm going to play Noah Essengate for the playoffs. I don't. I think Ben Seraph, who was averaging 4.6 assists this year, he's going to get like 10 minutes, 15 to Diabetes. We're going to go 18 to Salon, 28 to Trey Mann. Let's go 33 to Mark Will, 33 to Cameron Boozer, 39 to Brandon Miller, 40 to LaMelo Ball, and we'll do 24 to Cam Jones. It's weird because I'd like to get Colin Murray Boyles in his defense. Lonzo is just here for the vibes, honestly. I paid $9 million for the vibes guy. But I think I just wanted to see some new faces in that rotation. So we're taking on Miami, team that is Cooper Flag, team we helped orchestrate Jimmy Butler going to Phoenix with a couple years ago. I think we won this trade. They won that trade. Phoenix probably lost it. I mean, what do you expect? They're a team that should not be trading away all their young assets just to go from Beal to Jimmy Butler. Miles Bridges had a good year. That is the Miles Bridges revenge series. We do win game 1, 140-103. Brandon Miller drops 31. 7 assists for Trey Mann, 9 assists for Cameron Boozer, okay, and 15 for LaMelo and 7 for Brandon Miller. We do lose game 2, 123-120. I feel like we should beat this team. Josh Christopher dropping 26 on us, and we lose game 3, 126-122. Brandon Miller drops 44. Boozer 29-8. Oh my God, we're down 3-1 to the 7th seed. All right, LaMelo, 19 points. Come on, dude. I need you to score a little bit more. Brandon Miller's dropping 33 points a night on the way to restricted free agency. And we just lost by 5. I mean, yeah, they got the better coach in Eric Spoelstra. I feel like we had the better team on paper. I mean, Cooper Flag and Tyler Hero, I guess they're getting it done. You got Bam. Jaime Jaquez. We were the better team than them, I feel like. Wait, what Jay Green do they have on their team? That wasn't Jeff Green, right? Or no, Josh Green. I was going to say it's not Jalen Green. Green, yeah, I forgot he was in that trade as well. Yeah, I don't know. That's a disappointing playoff start. I mean, Brandon Miller was like the only reliable guy. I guess Mark Williams was pretty good as well. But I think we're going to have some decisions to make. Shout out to T-John Salon, though. Okay. It's nice to see him be a consistent shooter. Paolo Banchero is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and Luka Doncic in the West. And the Magic end up winning in 5, with Paolo being your Finals MVP. So here we go. There goes KD, Harden, Vucevic, bunch of notable guys retiring. No Charlotte Hornets. I didn't see Bradley Beal retire, as KD and Harden ended up going to the Hall of Fame. I do want to see, I think I have to wait till after the lottery to see where Bradley Beal was last year and to see if he was any good. So our lottery picks, we could have one via Atlanta. That was from sending Nick Smith to San Antonio. That's really it, which is kind of a shame. That pick actually goes up to 4. Oh my God, look at that. So we have that pick, 16 from the Heat, which I believe is from the Rozier trade. We have 29 via Dallas from the PJ Washington trade, and our picks at 24. So we have 2 top 16 picks, including number 4 in this draft. And Charles Lee has one more year. I think he could still be the guy for the job. And I know we didn't win a playoff series last year, which stinks, but hopefully we can win one, as Bradley Beal had a migraine. Ooh, he actually had a good year for Philly. And I don't really know if there's somebody that I want to draft here. Lance Dudley looks pretty good out of Oregon. Yeah, I don't know. I think we could definitely be in the market to trade this pick. And I want to see if I can get a Men Thompson. Basically, this is what I thought VJ Edgecombe could be in between Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. But I don't really have many guys that I want to trade. And like Lonzo could make sense, but like LaMelo would be mad at me, right? If I trade away Lonzo Ball, I don't want to move Boozer, I think, in this deal, or Mark Williams. So if I just gave up 4, 16, 24, maybe I keep 29, I give you 34, and I give you my first round pick next year, lottery protected, for Men Thompson. Boom, there we go. We just get even more athleticism here, and we get the guy. I think the reason why I wanted to go after our Men Thompson compared to some other shooting guards, I don't need him to score to be effective. He could rebound, he could pass, he could play defense, and we had some of the worst defense in the league last year. I love that for us. At 29, I'm going to take Courtney Stevens out of the Air Force. Yeah, respectable dude going to the Air Force. As Lance Dudley looks pretty good. They ended up taking Ted Stephens out of Memphis, combo guard, with that 4th overall pick. We're going to sign Courtney Stevens right there. I think we're going to pick up the team option on most of these guys. Ian Jackson for 7.7 mil is a lot, and Essengate for 8 mil. But I'm going to pick them up, all these but Keith King. And we are going to offer the qualifying offers to our 2nd round picks and Brandon Miller this free agency class. Yeah, I think even if I didn't trade for Men Thompson, I wouldn't have had like Giannis money. And we're pretty much going to match any deal that Brandon Miller gets from the Lakers. 3-year, 120. He's coming back. And I'm going to make this trade. Oso Ighodaro hasn't really played for us since we acquired him back in that 2025 season. Colin Murray Boyles, I'd like to play him, but I just don't really have a spot for him. So I'm going to send him to Portland. We're getting this swap Boris from Milwaukee in Portland next year. I'm getting Pele Larson as a throw-in in this deal. And we are going to get these guys back on the qualifying offer. $10 million for Ben Seraph. That is kind of insane. But yeah, we're building a team here. I don't know about the super team, but Cameron Boozer going to Duke. So another North Carolina guy, which is, I think, a cool story. And just because we could do it, let's lock up LaMelo Ball on a new extension over the next 3 years. I really just love how deep this team is. Maybe I get Lonzo Ball some minutes. We'll see this year, because I think I'm going to lower Noah Essenga's minutes. I like what T.J. Solana has done. So I think he's going to get like 21 minutes. I think we're going to go like 25 to Trey Mann. Let's go 20 to Mark Williams, ease him in through the regular season. 31 to Cameron Boozer, 35 to Miller, 35 to LaMelo, 34 to Amen Thompson. And it's a shame, like, who gets the last 9 minutes on this team? Probably Musa Daibedi. He's like lucky he's playing a ton in this video just because we haven't really had a true backup center. Essenga is what, 6'10"? I mean, he could definitely be that. Solana's 6'8". So if Lonzo is super inefficient, I'm going to take him out of the rotation. Yeah, there's too many good free agents out there. So I will see you guys maybe at a midseason update with this team. And we are 39-11 at this year's trade deadline. We have a 13.5 point differential, number 1 in the Eastern Conference, number 2 in the NBA, off by 0.1. Shout out to the Pelicans, man. I mean, Peterson, Bailey, DeBanza. Oh my God. Zion, Misi, Ingram. Like, look at that bench. That's insane. And this year, Brandon Miller has been our leading. No, he hasn't. LaMelo beats him out, edges him out. LaMelo edges Brandon Miller by 0.2 points, 42 from 3, 89 from the line. Brandon Miller, 21, 5, and 6 off that new extension. Just now forgot how to hit threes. Cameron Boozer, yeah, doing well, showing why he was the 3rd overall pick. Amen Thompson, like I said, doesn't need to score a ton to impact the game. 3 stocks a night. Mark Williams averaging 13 and 9. Trey Mann averaging 13 points. We have to be the top offensive team, man. T.J. Solana with that offensive improvement, which is great. Essenga never really became much of a floor spacer. Lonzo, I mean, I think he contributes to winning. It's just he's not really that efficient. Because if we do look at our offense, at least in the Eastern Conference, yeah, we're number 1 by 8 points. Oh my God. Yeah, we have the second or best offense in the league. Yeah, us and the Pelicans have unreal offenses right now. And Luka wins MVP this season. Lance Studley is your rookie of the year. Yeah, that stud from Oregon that got drafted by Sacramento. De'Aaron Fox just backing up Cade Cunningham and Dylan Harper, wins 6 Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy, Xavier Booker, a once top high school recruit, ends up most improved. And Charles Lee, coach of the year, 65 and 17. Cooper Flagg, all NBA first team with the Miami Heat. Charlotte does get Cameron Boozer on second team. All right, I think Brandon Miller got snubbed last year. I think he had a better year than what Boozer just had, even though he was incredible. 2.9 stocks, 9.1 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 38% from 3. Oh, yeah, 3 guys on all NBA teams because Brandon Miller does not get the disrespect this year. Oh, yeah, that's very fun. I'm excited about this team in the playoffs. And we are the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're taking on the Miami Heat. We could try to get revenge from last year. We ended up going with a 12.3 point differential on the season. And for the playoffs, I think this is the 5, right? It's Ball, Thompson, Miller, Boozer, Williams. I think when we look at Lonzo, he's probably the odd man out. We go to a 9-man rotation. Daibedi is the backup 5, which is kind of fun. He's made it to this point of the video. I think we go Essenga. I mean, I really gave no runtime to anybody else, so I don't know if I trust anybody else. I think he gets like 10 minutes, 10 to Daibedi. We're going to go 20, I think 21 still to Salon. We can go 27 to Mann. Let's go 32 to Mark, 33 to Boozer, 37 to LaMelo. Maybe I go 31 to Mark. We do 37 to Miller, 34 to Amen. Okay, so we're taking on Miami. Their team, they have... Oh, okay. How do they sign Giannis and end up somehow worse? I know their bench isn't good, but still. All right, they have Giannis and Bam in that front court. That could definitely be a mismatch for us, but we have a good game 1. Mark Williams with a double-double. We win by 21. We win game 2. All right, so last year I thought we should have beat them. LaMelo got into foul trouble, and we still won. And we're up 2-0. And we lose Brandon Miller, though. All right, so that is a key injury. I think what we're going to do is we're going to throw T.J. Solana in there as the starting small forward. He's going to get like 30 minutes a night. I think we go a little bit more now to Cameron, to LaMelo, to Amen, and to Mark. I'm not going to ask too much there. I guess since Lonzo's like the only guy that played throughout the year, he's going to get like 11 minutes in here. But we lose a wing, which is kind of tough. So we'll see how game 3 looks. We do win it. All right, we ended up winning by 36 with no Brandon Miller. 28 and 10 for Cameron. 29 and 10 for Amen Thompson. And we do end up losing game 4, so we're not going to sweep them as LaMelo had 31, 6, and 7. We do win game 5, though. Let's go. LaMelo had 31, 8, and 10 throughout 38 minutes. T.J. Solana stepping up in the absence of Brandon Miller. And we're taking on the Indiana Pacers in round 2, who have Will Riley at the 2. They have Walker Kessler there at the 5. Devin Vassell coming off the bench. All right, so here we go. We're taking on the Pacers. Game 1 goes to Indiana, 131-108. Oh no. All right, that scares me a little bit. Game 2 goes to Charlotte. That was a huge win. We need offense from like Trey Mann or Cameron Boozer in the absence of Brandon Miller. Game 3, oh my God, 121-111. I'm just scared if we get like another injury while Miller is out. He's day to day. I need him to come back. Game 4, all right, my prayers were answered. So we get Brandon Miller back, I think immediately. Yeah, he's going at the starting 5. He's fully healthy, which is good. We're basically going to go back to what we had pre the Miller injury. Game number 4, kind of must win at this point, and we win. That was huge. 139-135 on the road. How about that? That's an electric game. Game 5, Amen Thompson, sore right hand, and we win 3-2. All right, 134-122. Brandon Miller drops 37 points. LaMelo shoots 5 of 9. Trey Mann shoots 3 of 12. He's still been good for us in the playoffs. Trey Mann, man, he's been super underrated in this video, and we do lose game 6. We give him 156 points. Good Lord. And Amen Thompson has a bruised sternum for game 7, which we're at home. We have a good first quarter, good second quarter. Come on, just have a strong third quarter. There we go. We're up by 23 in the 4th, and we are going to win and advance to the conference finals, 121-109. Huge stuff for Cameron Boozer, 23 points in 39 minutes. Taking on the Atlanta Hawks, who don't have like that great of a team. Okay, Risa Shea has developed into a star, like almost a superstar. Jalen Johnson's pretty good. Trae Young, Herter, not on this team. Trae Young is not on this team. How did they get here? I don't know. Game 1, we lose. All right. Well, they beat us by 1. AJ Mitchell dropping 30. Okay, he's averaging 21. What? That's why they didn't need Trae Young. Game 2 goes to us. Oh my God, we won by 1. So the first 2 games were decided by 1 point each game. We do win game 3 by 42 points. LaMelo with a monster performance. Game 4 goes to Charlotte, 125-109. Game number 5 goes to Charlotte, 155-126. 33 for LaMelo, 32 for Amen, 32 for Brandon Miller, as AJ Debinsa is your Western Conference Finals MVP and LaMelo Ball in the East. So we're taking on the Pelicans. I think this was a collision course bound to happen. Number 1 team in the West, number 1 team in the East. We win game 1, 127-106. We come out guns blazing. Good defensive game by us against an elite offense. And we win game 2, 124-112. Amen Thompson, 6 turnovers, did not shoot the ball well, but 9 rebounds and 9 assists. We do lose game 3. Damn, we could have put it away. Oh, we lost by 2 on the road. Don't let them win game 4. And we do win game 4, 130-121. Let's see if we're able to close this off in game number 5. I don't want to blow a 3-1 lead. I don't think I've blown a 3-1 lead in the finals in a little bit. I think in that trading De'Aaron Fox Kings rebuild I did. So let's not get cute here. We're down by 3. All right, we're down by 1. Down by 3 with 2 minutes to go. I have absolutely zero faith in the CPU on pulling this off, so I'm going to hop in. So, LaMelo's banged up. That's not good. Amen Thompson, obviously a great defender, and I'm too busy looking at his scoreboard, and Ace Bailey drives right by me. Brandon Miller's got just a light 30 points, but he's guarded by Herb Jones. Like, this team matches up very well against us. Brandon Miller get around Yves Missi to the rim with the right hand. That is good. He's got 32. All right, so they got Brandon Ingram in the game. We got Bama on Duke here. Let's see if we're able to just clamp up. We're down by 3, which is far from over. Miller, Mark Williams got beat, but Yves Missi missed it. Oh, my God. That sucks. All right, I think we got to get a little aggressive here. Let's go 3-ball LaMelo Ball. Come on, LaMelo. Get off some good screens. Mark, set a good screen, and Mark does not do a good job setting a screen. All right, we got LaMelo. We're going to have to hit some crazy 3. Come on, LaMelo. Step back. Nope. I don't like this whatsoever. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Come on. Can we cross him up? Jesus. LaMelo from way downtown. Why not? That's the type of shot he hits, though. Brandon Ingram, that could be the dagger. No, he luckily misses that. We kind of have to push it. Get it up to Amen Thompson. We're down by 5. Amen to the rim. Spin move on Zion Williams. I do not trust that shot going in whatsoever. Brandon Miller got him in the air. Come on, Brandon Miller to the rim. Did not take the lane I needed. Oh, Mark, get that. Is that our ball? That has to be our ball. That's our ball. How is that not our ball? Ace Bailey blocked by Cameron Boozer. What a huge block. We kind of needed to recover that, though, because, I don't know. We're down by 5. It's not impossible to come back here. I'd love to get a steal. They're running a screen, or for Ace Bailey there. Give me that. Zion, Duke on Duke. He misses that, but Yves Missi with the rebound. It's probably going to be it. And we ended up losing 134-128. Don't do this to me. LaMelo Ball with a sore left hamstring. Okay, he's fine, though. Quick injury. Do not lose this game and go to a game 7, because then I'm going to feel like I just got cute there in game 5. All right, we're going to blow them out. Let's go. No stress added to this game. We end up winning 157-104. LaMelo, I don't know if he got hurt again, but 29-12. Amen with 28. Man, Trey Mann, unsung hero of this video, man. Dude was a consistent stud for us. We win the 2028 NBA Finals, and Cameron Boozer is your Finals MVP. I think it should have gone to somebody else. I mean, he averaged 19 points in the playoffs, Yeah, it should have went to 3 other guys before Cameron Boozer. Shout out to Amen Thompson, playing 37 minutes a night, dropping 20, 9, and 6.5 in the finals. And that was a super fun video. I hope you guys did enjoy that rebound. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.